Welcome to another episode of HinduDad. Bob, we've made it to show 7.
Mate, not bad, mate. Not bad. How you doing, though? You alright?
Yeah, all good, man. How you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That's good.
You look a little
7 shows.
tired there today, bro.
Yeah, baby Caden's teething at the moment, quite badly.
Keeping you up at night.
So night times he's making a bit of noise and just waking up random hours and wants to play and just be occupied for a few hours through the night, which is good fun when you got to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, man.
I think he's catching up now.
It is. Well,
Right. Christmas soon.
this is it, man. Like this, what is this your last week at work? You got a few more days in next week?
Wednesday is our last day.
Nice.
Then we go back on the 4th. So
Nice little break. Yeah.
Well, yeah, can't do much, but tier 3 and all that. But make the most of it at home while we can.
Bro, at least it gives you time with a little one, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Right. What's your highlight of the week been so far, mate? Anything new that little man's done?
I've seen a little tooth, like the edge of his tooth come out. I actually saw that just before we came on here today.
Did you?
I was like, okay. I tried to put my finger to into his mouth just to see if it's the gum that's coming out with the tooth. But he won't let me. He won't let you even go near his mouth. That's how much pain.
Oh, is it?
He's like, nope, get away from me. I'm not ready for it.
Damn. Well, saying that, even Jaden's starting to get onto it because within the past 24 hours, he found his thumb. He finally managed to get it in his mouth.
Oh,
his
really?
hand-eye coordination ain't really there yet. So every time he tries to do it, he's like folding his finger in. So it's like this, and then he's trying to bite at it.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, Kalen from a young age, and when I mean young, I mean like literally from like 6 weeks onwards, he had this thing about putting his toe in his mouth. Flexibility 100 out of 100. So yeah, he likes doing that, and that's the first thing.
My nephew used to do that all the time, but I don't think he was as young as Kylan when he was doing that, though, man. That's well early.
It straight, toe, this looks good. Let me try this. This looks tasty. All right, yeah, I'll have a taste.
It's easier to chuck in there than his thumb that keeps folding inwards, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So.
All right. Well, let's not wait too long. Let's look at our guests and bring our guests on. So I'll let you do the introductions, mate.
So this week we have a good friend of mine, Dhyan Desai. Dhyan, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Finally got to be on your podcast after so long, man. It's one of the things I was like on my tick list. I've got to get this. I've got to get on it this year, man. 100%.
Well,
yeah,
good.
Let's start by saying congratulations.
Thank you.
First and foremost.
Thank you.
Dhyan, you've got a few more months to go, but we thought let's get him on the show. He's going through the experience of his wife being pregnant right now. So we thought, let's get him on the show. Let's ask him how he's feeling, how he's keeping.
And see how much trouble we can get him into.
The wife is watching, by the way. She's definitely watching.
Right now. I'm putting all bets on that, mate.
She said to me, she very clearly said to me, she said, don't say anything embarrassing. No embarrassing stories. I was like, I'm going to make a list of all the ones. I've got to share it with
we might as well start now, bro.
We're going to see the comments start flooding in from her now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, it's really, really good to be on the show, and I've learned so much. Just I think when Bav originally sent me the first link to it, just seeing the people that come on the show, just learning, as we go on from week by week, and it's a great journey to be on, and learning every day. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Your sister-in-law is also sending in the comments, bro.
Oh, awesome!
She's down. Also watching.
Yep, or keeping it clean.
So you got stories about your sister-in-law as well, then, yeah?
No, actually, I don't. They're all so nice. I've got no bad stories on any of them.
Oh, dude, come on, man. Maybe we've got the wrong person on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to boot him off.
So now let's actually take it back. Let's go back to the beginning. So obviously, you're still in the early stages of pregnancy. How far along are you now?
So we are 4.5 months in now. And yeah, 17.5 weeks, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, 17.5 weeks, yeah.
So you first scan.
Yeah, we had the first scan. Yeah, so we it was a bit strange actually. I mean, being in this journey through COVID has definitely been challenging. I'm sure you guys both know as well. And initially, when we
Sure.
first found out that they weren't doing any scans with the partner, we actually booked a private scan in Milton Keynes because I really wanted to be part of it. I really wanted to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not too far from it because I'm in Luton, so
Ah,
it's
that's
not
right.
too far. So yeah, because I really wanted to be part of it. I really wanted to, be there with Nim when she was in the scan. So we booked the private one, and it was absolutely amazing. It was just seeing the little one move around. It was just the whole journey back. It was just so euphoric. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. It's probably a feeling that I've never felt before, and I don't think
This is it.
nothing
It's an
could ever
experience
match
of a
it.
lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's a great experience, and I think with COVID being in place, I think I didn't want it to come in the way of that experience. But then later on, I think the week after, which was after Diwali, they actually did allow the partners to go in. You just couldn't wait
Well, there's
inside.
actually been some updates today as well. The
Yeah,
NHS have said that from today or like in the coming like week or so, they're allowing at least one person to be with the female appointments and things like that throughout the entire
yeah.
pregnancy, scans inclusive.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it wasn't really so much that to be there. I think it was just, I think they said initially that you can come along, but I wasn't aware that you can't actually wait inside the hospital, so you have to wait outside. And when they get called up, then you go into the room.
Oh, is it?
Little did I know though, it was about a 35-minute wait. So I was out there in the freezing cold at 6:30 in the morning. But yeah,
Ooh.
well worth the wait. Well worth the wait.
6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. It was quite early in the morning. Maybe not 6:30. I think I'm over exaggerating.
I was going to
What's about
say it's quite
7:30?
early to get to the hospital as well.
Well, at least you missed rush hour, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And hospital's not too far from us, to be fair. So it's not too bad.
So,
Yeah.
Bav, fire away with the first question. I know there's one that you got lined up there.
I've got a few lined up today actually for him.
Oh dear.
But no, like obviously, look, it's a great experience. You're going through it right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've literally just been through it, and we're going through the early stages. Are you first and foremost? Are you guys finding out the gender of the baby?
Yeah, we are. I think we really want to just prepare as much as we can, and yeah, we are definitely finding out. We find out, I believe, it's next month, towards the end of Jan, and yeah, we're going to be sharing the news with everyone when we do find out straight away. So
So are we having a gender reveal party on the Zoom?
the thing is with COVID, like with us being in tier 3, there's not going to be any party. I think it's going to be a lockdown
Zoom party,
party,
right?
Zoom party.
You know
Yeah.
what we should do? We should do your announcement on the show, and all your family members will have to tune in to watch.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
That's a good shout.
I think some of them will
All
actually.
of your family and another 250 plus people.
Yeah, I think some of them will want to have a FaceTime, so that might not happen. But yeah, 100%. It's something that we've discussed before about the gender reveal. Initially, before I think my own going back a few months, I think I would have not liked to have known. But I think I was speaking to Nim. She's the kind of person that doesn't want to wait around for too long. She gets very on edge. I think if she wasn't to find out, so.
Well, she can find out and just keep it from you.
Yeah, but
She can't
that
keep it
never
from me.
happens in a relationship.
That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. And the fact that she knows and I don't, I'm just going to end up wanting to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
That's it. That's what you want to know.
That's it, man. Me and Reshma stayed strong, bro. We both agreed that we weren't going to find out, and then we both had to stick it out.
Yeah. Did you have a preference?
I found it really easy.
I didn't have a preference. No, it was easy not to find out for me because I wasn't in the scans.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Did you find that quite difficult then, that you weren't able to go in the scans?
Yeah and no. Like, I drove her to the scans and all of that stuff anyway, so I was there with her in essence. But the fact that I couldn't go in, like, yeah, it felt like I was being robbed of that experience. Like we said, it's an experience of a lifetime. It's something you don't forget, and to not being able to go and experience that in the hospital is something that, who knows if we'll have a number 2 or so forth. But don't know if I'm going to get that opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Like like I say before, one thing that we did do is rent a My Baby Watcher so that we could do some scans at home, and some of the more personal experience that gave was absolutely phenomenal, and that I'll wholeheartedly I'll remember for the rest of my days. But that experience of going to the hospital and, you know, going through it with the nurse and the excitement of us both being there together, like it's definitely something that I want to be able to experience at some point in my life.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I would say that the private scan was probably more for your personal, like, you know, personal self. I think it's just the excitement. They don't really give you much medical, which is probably why we didn't enjoy it so much, because if we didn't actually find out if everything is okay and you know what kind of stuff should we be looking out for, which is why the NHS scans were so good. And yeah, like again, luckily I was able to go in there and ask the questions that maybe Nim wouldn't have asked the questions. So,
and that's the other thing. Like, obviously, where I wasn't allowed in the scans, I wasn't allowed to ask any questions because, in theory, I didn't get to, or I didn't approach anyone or see anyone to ask those questions, right? So the fact that you're able to go in with and ask those questions that are on your mind, or the things that you've discussed that you might have forgotten, is amazing. It's definitely a one-up, right?
Yeah, 100%.
The questions that I got answered were literally after the baby was born, when the midwife was coming to the house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you had your pen and paper ready to ask all the questions.
Yeah, man. You have to.
You can't do anything, right? Like, obviously, for us, I got to go into the first 2 scans. And then, you know, after March, I wasn't allowed in any appointments. I wasn't allowed, you know, to go to any of them. And not.
Well, the third one he wasn't going to go into anyway because it was at a Tottenham Hotspur football ground.
That's the other thing, right? It was at Wale. Well, no, the one of the scan I think was at Wale, or was it one of it? Yeah, whatever it was, I wasn't going. Like, I waited outside the stadium. But after yesterday, I wouldn't mind showing my face. I had my Liverpool shirt on anyway, just to show my face in the stadium as well. All right.
I knew that wasn't a good idea.
You have to do it, right? Yeah, I'm surprised that you're missing your game today as well for this.
I know. You know what? I'm doing a lot for HinduDad. I'm giving up my team right now.
Don't worry, we all are, bro.
To be fair, I'll probably be giving up a lot more when I am a dad. To be fair, so I might as well get used to it, right?
Yeah, man.
You might not. You might. You know.
It just depends on how you're planning on having the child fed for the first couple of months. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bav's in a boat where Priya breastfeeds, so you know he's sitting there twiddling his thumbs. Whereas I'm in a boat where Jaden has the bottle more so the feeds are evenly spread. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
When I say evenly spread, they're not evenly spread between me and my missus, but my mum and dad help before she annihilates me in the comments.
Yeah, before somebody starts jumping onto that, clarify that very quickly.
Oh god!
But I want to take it back a little bit before the scan. How did Lim actually tell you then?
So to be fair with you, we weren't trying as if, like, you know, we want it to be this month. It was just sort of fairly natural. We kind of, Nim was going to do a test at some point in the weekend because she did feel a bit funny. So I knew she was going to do a test on the Saturday morning. So as it is, I'm quite a light sleeper anyway. So I kind of was aware that she'd left the bed and she'd gone to the toilet. And I had like my one eye open. I literally remember it like it was yesterday. And I just said to her, Did you do it? And she was like, what? Like, she tried to make it out as if, like, obviously she hadn't done it. She was trying to just make it, you know, she wanted to reveal it to me in a nicer way. But me being me, I just persisted. I said, like, don't talk rubbish. I know you did the test. What happened? And then she just had that smile, that, you know, that smile that, you know, that she's definitely
hiding something, or she's got
something. Yeah. And yeah, my immediate reaction to that was just jumping on my bed for about a good 5 minutes, and yeah, it was just crazy. It was just like the best feeling of my life.
I'm laughing so much because I can imagine you jumping on bed. I've seen it so many times.
Did you cry?
I had a tear in my eye. I'm not gonna lie. I had a tear in my eye, and I think I wouldn't say cry. I would say I definitely had a very happy tear in my eye.
Yeah,
and yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think I just, like, we just took a moment and just to, like, that initial moment when you realize that you're going to be a parent. I think that really just, you know, just started to sink in.
To be fair though, you let her off lightly because you were there when she done that test and you kind of experienced it at a similar time. Like, she's lucky in the sense that she hasn't had to wait like the whole day for you to come home from work, and then she
You know
what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's the reason why she might have just done it on the weekend, maybe because of that. I don't know. But yeah, it being COVID, I think has helped us a lot. And yeah, it was just crazy that whole day. I remember it so well. But yeah, it was a great feeling.
You know, you've just said that you had a little tear in your eye. Your sister was called out Nim and asked
Yeah,
you
yeah,
outright
yeah. I knew that
outright
would happen. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm waiting now. We're just waiting for the response from Nim to come through, right? And we
Listen,
can
you know
share
it's
that with
manly to
everyone.
cry, you know.
Oh yeah, 100%. I will have a cry when I need to. Believe me.
I know it's
Right,
good
that's
to.
good.
It's
as long
very
as you
good.
know.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I
But
think it
one
was.
tear is what we want to clarify.
Yeah. Oh, it's more than one tear. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. It's more than one tear. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. I think the more challenging thing about the whole reveal was because we're living with my mum and my sister. We didn't really want to tell them until we felt like we wanted to tell them. It wasn't like we need to tell them. We wanted to tell them when we told the whole family.
Yep.
So keeping it from my
So
mum and my sister both.
how long did you keep it quiet from them then?
3 months.
You held out the whole 3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
Jeez.
That was
your
very
missus wasn't
intense.
showing any signs that your mum was like, and again,
Do you know what? Honestly, there were so many conversations that my mum would be like, because obviously, I'm sure you guys must have experienced this, but Indian food for a pregnant girl, anyway, for Nim, was a no-go, especially in the second month. I think she really struggled.
Yeah.
So I had to make up a really bad story, which was Nim's not feeling good. Her stomach is like, it's not liking the smell. And it was some of the excuses I was bringing up. It was like just not realistic, but I had no choice. I had to like just try and put up a front. And I don't think my sister bought it as much, but I think she was starting to believe it. I think my mum, I think mum kind of knew 1.5 months in that something is not right and something leads to it being a pregnancy. So she even said, "Oh, are you sure Nim's not pregnant?" I was like, "Nah, don't be silly." I kind of like just, trying to sidetrack her. But how mums are. Mums know these things sometimes, and this, you can't hide it. But yeah, on Diwali, we went for the private scan a day before Diwali.
Yep.
Just so that we can tell them on Diwali itself. So both families, so Nim's family and my mum and my sister, and yeah, we basically bought these little scratch cards from Amazon. I think Nim ordered, and it was like there's lottery scratch cards. Anyway, had 6 of them. So the last line said, "We are having a baby." So yeah, we basically just really casually just turned up at Nim's mum and dad's house in the morning, and just had they made us like samosas and Diwali food, and we just sort of chilled out. Before we were about to go, we gave them these cards. So we gave one to Nim's mum and Nim's dad, and they were just sat there like just getting the coin out, scratching really slowly, and Nim's dad was taking forever. So like Nim's mum, like she was scratching, and she got to the final one, and she obviously starts like she took the coin off Nim. She like literally rushed to get the coin off Nim's dad because she was using a nail or something, and she was like, "What?" And she just burst out in tears, and it was such a, and we caught the whole moment on the video.
Did you?
Yeah. It was just, Nim's dad was like absolutely shocked. He didn't understand what was going on. He was just like, "Have I won anything?"
Won the lottery.
Exactly. Yeah. So and then the afternoon we came and told my mum and sister as well, and similar story with them as well. They kind of like didn't expect it. It was very casual. They sat on the sofa, and they literally were just both doing it. And they were like, "Oh, what does it say? We've got something really like dodgy with our cards. It says we're having a baby." And then the penny dropped, and it was like, "Oh my god, you guys are having a baby!" It was insane. It was a really good day. It was a big relief off our chest anyway, because being at home with them and not telling them for such a long time, it was like I really want to tell them, but I want to tell them. Yeah, exactly. So,
and luckily you didn't get caught out, man.
Yeah, but with these sort of things, I think it was just me and them both discussed it, and we said that we would prefer telling them because we want to tell them, and not just tell them because for the sake of telling them. That was quite a big thing for us.
So you guys must be good at fabricating the truth then.
Do you know what? We weren't. The worst thing is, my sister, I'm sure she's in this chat, and I've not actually read any of it, but I'm sure she'll tell you. They were literally, or they were like, some of the stuff I was telling them every single day was like, they were just not buying it days.
All right, girls, if you're like, we know you're watching, but what's the worst lie that he told, which was the biggest giveaway? Let us know.
There's a list of them.
If you want to read the comments on the top right.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking
it
at
says
private
comments.
chat.
Yeah, click on comments and you'll see them.
Oh, right, here we go.
I did get a personal message from Nim on my phone just now as well.
Oh, dear.
What did she say?
And she said she can't type on YouTube. So she said,
Oh, right.
She said that he cried like he was a baby. So
Oh my God! Leave it out.
out.
Leave it out.
There you
Leave
go.
it out.
See? No, it's nothing to be ashamed about, bro. Like I cried.
I didn't. That's the worst thing. I didn't.
But as soon as you've cried like for that,
I guess I did.
You're gonna cry a lot more when you go through the whole experience and see the.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm expecting that. And I think being a dad, I think is quite a big thing for me anyway. So I think it's just the emotion is definitely going to get on top of me at points. 100%. I know it.
Mate, what you got ready for is that birthing room.
Oh, it's going to be scary. I think.
Unless you're looking at the home birth and then you're back home and comfortable.
No, I think we're definitely looking at going to the hospital. Did you guys ever consider home birth?
We did talk about it, but for me, it wasn't an option. Like it wasn't something that the NHS were exploring at the time when we were going through it. So it just wasn't available to us. But
because we went to these classes, they spoke about all of that kind of stuff. They cover all the kind of aspects of it. I don't know if it was something that just appeals. Like people say it's really good and calming and relaxing, and you're in your own home. But I don't know.
Yeah.
You just also just want to be in the hospital. Just God forbid something happen. You want to be on hand.
Exactly right.
All the professionals at hand with you, right? So
yeah, I think that's what we're probably we would be concerned about is if something out of the ordinary was to happen and we were at home. How do you go about dealing with it yourself?
Something like your child arriving 4 weeks earlier than planned, or something like that. You mean?
Oh God, yeah, that must have been tricky, man.
Dude,
was that
tricky? Like, yeah. So you said one of your questions is, what do I need to take with me in the baby bag? Yeah.
That's
Imagine
right. Yeah.
packing your missus bag and the baby's bag because nothing's been packed. Like, luckily, it was all in like similar like drawer and put together kind of thing. But the fact is, like, yeah, man. One thing I would, in terms of like advice that I can give you from like your 34th week, pack that goddamn bag, man.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, you obviously have not had
that bag. That's the word of advice he's giving out to everyone now. Pack that
bag.
Man,
pack that bag early.
So our ETA is actually end of May, so I think I might start packing it end of March. I think just to be on the safe side.
just keep it ready.
Yeah.
If you're due end of May, like early to mid-April should be suffice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if your delivery came much earlier than that. But I think from like week 35, week 36, generally at that point you want to be ready to just dash out the door and get gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, plenty of change. I know that the hospitals around you probably aren't cheap. I got away with it. I was quite lucky. They were redoing the car park at the one where Jaden was born, so I didn't have to pay anything.
Oh God! Yeah, I think
Yes, Serena, she's got it on the nail.
Pack the snack bag. To be fair with you,
you do pack a snack bag.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna need to happen. To be fair with you, I think Nim cannot stand an hour or 2 hours without food, and she gets really hangry. So especially with her being pregnant, I think when she needs to eat and she doesn't get the food.
So at the moment, like you say, she's in. Are you guys entering what is it now? The second trimester or just the last part of the first?
Second trimester.
So all of the nausea and things like that should start to settle soon, right? And
I think
start to become a little bit more cheery.
Yeah, I think for Nim, towards the second month and the third month were quite bad. But luckily she hadn't been physically sick. She just felt.
I was just going to ask next. Actually, was she actually getting morning sickness or just nausea?
She wasn't just getting morning sickness. She was getting sickness all throughout the day at points. Some days were bad, some days were okay. But fresh air always helped her. We found, and it's just breaking up some of her eating patterns as well, like finding out not to eat a lot at once. Breaking up like her meals a bit was starting to help her. But things like cooking, like obviously as I mentioned, living at home and not anyone else knowing, them cooking Indian food at points was making her tummy like go crazy. But then after a little while, I think she kind of got the hang of it, and then sickness kind of went down in month towards the end of month 3, and I think last 3 weeks she's been pretty good. She'll get the odd evening spell of sickness, but not as bad as it was before.
How's that made it on you?
Very difficult.
In terms of your diet change, because obviously if she's struggling with the Indian food, does that mean that you're having to give it up?
To be fair with you, we don't necessarily eat Indian food every single day, so it's not too bad. It's just other people in the house, they want to have Indian food. Obviously, it's a bit difficult. You kind of have to say, don't have it today if you can help it. And it's been really fortunate that, my mom and sister have both been so supportive in that sense. And it's really helped. Like, they all kind of come together and say, right, okay, she can't have this, so let's have this instead. And we kind of work together and just, make something, which is...
Do you guys plan your meals in advance, or are you just trying to wing it on the day?
We kind of have a rough idea, but what we found with Nim is she didn't really have much of a craving. She had she went through a phase of having like pink lady apples, or she had a phase of her like Weetabix, like it was just porridge and things like certain porridges and things like
this
that.
Is what happens. Like, even my missus, she was like, I don't have cravings, but I fancy this and that every now and again. I was like, babe, that's crazy.
McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, to be fair with you, she's not had anything crazy, so it's been pretty bearable. I mean, it's been, she's been quite good actually. She hasn't
any random late night cravings, and you're going to be out on a mission looking for.
Don't give her these suggestions. Like, she's watching.
Just that middle of the night, I feel like having some Krispy Kreme donuts. You're gonna have to go looking for them, mate.
Luckily she's not said anything like that to me so far, but she has suggested she fancied going to, I think it was avocado maki. She's fancied that so badly for ages, and she managed to have it this weekend just gone, and she was over the moon.
Mate, the objective in life right now is to keep her fed, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So like every couple of hours, I just double check and I just cut her up some apple, or now that she's got the hang of it, she'll come down and every couple of hours she'll make some food as well. So it's pretty handy. It helped a lot at work. Sorry?
Is she still working at the moment?
She is, yeah, she's working as well. But I mean, like I said, it helps so much that we're both at home. So if she's busy, I'll just chop something up for her and take it upstairs, or she'll come down because we're both at home. So just give each other the nudge, and it's done.
It makes it a lot easier that you guys are at home.
Oh, 100%. I think I can't imagine how we would have dealt with it if we were both at work, because she would have traveled in London.
It would have been a nightmare as well, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we would have had to sort something else out, because the commute for us to get from Luton to London is about an hour door to door. So it's quite a long journey, especially when she had the sickness in a month 2 and 3. I think for her to travel, I can't imagine how she could have dealt with it. So I would have had to do something else to go around it. Yeah, exactly.
For Priya, she had to go to work for like the first 6 months. Like,
oh God, that must be.
She was going into work, innit?
Yeah. Pretty much every single day going in.
Do you know what? We've never really talked about that, but that must have been scary as hell for her, right? Because of her occupation as it is.
Not really. I think she's used to it now, and she was quite comfortable going in, and her workplace was quite good in terms of the comfortable setup in terms of sitting down and stuff, with the pillows, etc., around where she was sitting, raising her legs and stuff. So it was quite comfortable for her to work. And then when she had to see people and stuff, they all kind of saw that she was pregnant, and then like most of them just say, "Oh, congratulations, yeah, blah blah blah," and they're good as gold with her. And yeah, it was only for the first probably 6 months, and then after that, she was at home, working at home, and keeping it rested at home, which was a godsend in itself, because that's when it becomes harder to move around and start going, like if you're at work, you have to go up and down stairs, etc. So that's that was the hard part. Well, while she was at home, it was fine. So, but one bit of advice is just keep active, you and Nim both.
Yeah.
Just keep literally towards the end, like last.
But everyone keeps saying, just keep going for walks.
Everyday walk.
Yeah, like, I mean that's all you can do, right? I mean, because you can't go out and about.
It doesn't have to be like long, hour, 2 hour walks. Literally half an hour, 40 minutes in the evening or during the afternoon or something.
10-15 minutes round a block or something.
Just go for a quick walk.
100%. I think that's helped her a lot. I think, like when I was saying before as well, when she had like a really bad sickness throughout the day, like she would be in the room and not even able to leave the room certain days. And she's been working in there all day. It's like mentally you can't do that, for the whole day. So now that obviously she's able to get out the house and sickness is gone, she go for walks and stuff, and it helps us so much. Makes a massive
the other
difference.
thing that helps at the moment is the fact that it's winter. You've got such a much more like cooler atmosphere. Whereas when Reshma was pregnant during the summer, she would be sweating it out throughout the whole day, getting hot flushes, and do you know what I mean? Like that's even tiring her out even more so. So going for a walk right now gives her that opportunity just to de-stress and like chill out, really.
Yeah, no, it definitely helps, 100%. We try and do at least like lunchtime walks, or in the evening on the weekend or something like that. It's handy.
I've never gone for as many walks as I have this year, man.
Yeah, who hasn't, right?
What else can you do? You can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. And Nim loves shopping, so we actually took it. We actually went to Bicester Village, and we ended up doing about 8,000 steps or something like that. So I think
say $8,000 in like sales.
I was gonna say, what did you? Where did you go?
No chance. She wishes. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, shopping is something that she enjoys, so we just try and do something like that, which is occupy your brain elsewhere. Just keep your mind active. Yeah, it's helping so far.
Okay. So I guess you've got some questions for us as well. So why don't you fire one out?
Yeah, so I think one of the ones you touched upon was, how did you prepare for that journey to the hospital? What did you, how did it all go down when you got there? Like, surely was anything explained to you before you went there, or was it all kind of like as it comes?
I mean, we've both had very different experiences. For me, I'll kick this off. I had no clue I was going in on that day. Like literally, my wife went in to the midwife with an appointment to check on her blood pressure and the weekly checks. And it was from there where the midwife was like, look, I'm not happy with your blood pressure. I need you to go to hospital. So she went in on a Wednesday, got induced on a Thursday, and then emergency C-section on a Friday. So we sent her in just thinking, oh, she'll be back in a couple of hours and I've still got weeks to go. And I even said it like that day I was filming when she went into the hospital, and I'd stopped at a shop on the way back. And as I was waiting for my lunch, I turned around and I said to my mate, like, bruv, she's just given me this call and said this, like, I'm like, in about 4 weeks time, I'll be ready to be a dad. Like I've kind of mentally prepared for that. But this week, I'm sure as hell nowhere near ready to become a father.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And little did we know that she would be coming back, 5-6 days later, child in tow. When wow. That call, and literally, like when you think emergency C-section, there's no planning to it. Is literally 11 o'clock. They told her. She rings me. I get there by 12, and then they're like, "All right, we're just waiting for theatre to become free." So you're sitting in the waiting room, got no clue what's going on. You're just messaging each other, like, what you feeling? How's it going? What's actually happening? Because you're not with her. Like in your sense, you'll be quite lucky because of the fact that they're allowing a birthing partner to be there from now. So you'll have that opportunity to be there alongside her, and hopefully like you'll have the opportunity to spend time with your wife and baby after birth as well. Do you know what I mean? Most people within the past couple of months have been told to leave the birthing unit so that they can get mother and baby to the ward within an hour or two of birth.
Wow.
Yeah.
If they do allow you to kind of stay the night or book a room or that kind of stuff there, then just take the opportunity when you can.
Yeah, most definitely. I think again, it's probably dependent on how Nim is feeling as well after. And I guess if they need her to, I'll definitely make sure I pack the bag so she's got enough for a night or two.
I get the feeling
I think it's standard.
she's going to pack that bag before you.
I think so. Yeah, I think she won't trust me to pack it on my own.
Pack your own bag, bro.
Yeah.
Get your snacks in there. Get your phone charger. Everything you need as well, because you will need it if you're there for. I was there for what, 12? No, more than that. Probably about 16, 17 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
In total, What, a couple out?
They were going to give him an office to start up legal services.
Yeah, I was about to start working from there. Right, I was there for so long.
Not surprised.
Literally, when we got there, I was in the car for the first hour on my own because I wasn't allowed to go in. So they told her to come out. I was literally in the car from I think 4:30 to 5:30 in the morning. So I just took a nap, went to sleep, put my alarm on, had my phone on loud, and then woke up and I called and she's like, "Yeah, no, they're not ready yet." Called again, nope, still not ready. Called again, nope, still not ready. Called again, okay, now you can come in. They're taking her up. I said, okay, cool. So parked up, went inside, and yeah, we literally just had to be patient in the room and just wait. They gave her gas and air, gave her some pethidine, had her on a hormone drip because the contractions weren't quick enough according to them, and they just said, it's just a waiting game. She was on gas and air for hours on end.
So you were in the room when this was all happening as well?
Yeah. So they let me come up to the ward, to the labour unit, and they said, like, you can sit here and
once like your wife goes into theatre, like you're calm to be there. As soon as they kind of get her into the delivery suite, like you're there. Do you know what I mean?
As soon as you're allowed in, then they can't get rid of you until babies come, and then it's a matter of
literally
for
when
us,
they're wheeling them to the ward is when you'll get kicked out.
Yeah. But I got to a point, I think it got to about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I was like, look, can you take them in now? Because, they've had a long day. There's no point in keeping them here where you're going to move them once she's settled down to rest. Like, it's an actual decent time to go to sleep, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. At least she can go to bed and, get rid, rather than I sit there till 1 o'clock, she falls asleep, and then she has to wake up again to be moved. And it was literally like walk to the next place. It's not like you're on a bed. She was able to walk. She was moving herself. So it was like, okay, grab the stuff. We'll grab a couple of bags and we'll take you there, kind of thing. So I was like, look, the earlier you kind of go, the better, because in my mind it was the earlier you go. Next morning, I'm hoping they say, all right, see you later. You can go home now. That's what I was hoping for. And obviously it didn't happen that way because they kept them for one more night, which was a bit annoying. But I was trying to play, okay, first thing in the morning, I can make my way back and pick them up. But then they decided to prolong for another 24 hours. So I was like,
discharge always seems to be that it happens between 5 and 7 in the evening.
Yeah,
that's quite, that must have been quite difficult though, because obviously you hadn't. So did the baby stay there as well? I assume with Priya.
Yeah.
So
both of them. So I was like, look, then we just have to sit there FaceTiming, right? What else can I do? I'm not allowed to go back.
There's nothing else. Yeah,
so I'm sitting there FaceTiming him.
The thing is, so with Reshma, because she had an emergency C-section, obviously when they do the C-section, they cut into the woman, so therefore she's in recovery post-birth, and those stitches that they have to do and tightening back up and things like that mean that her movements and her ability to move and look after the little one are severely restricted, and she's so far removed because of all the other like drugs and things like that they put in, like the epidural and things like that. So for her, that first 24, 48 hours with the baby is so exhausted because she was on her own. Whereas, hopefully, touch wood, you'll be in a lucky position whereby you'll be able to go in and support your partner and be there, and take, I don't want to say ownership's not the right word, but take on some of the responsibility of looking after the child within that first 24 to 48 hour period.
Get to change those fresh new first nappies. First couple of nappies,
dude,
they're meant to be amazing to change as well.
Oh really?
Okay. You've not been schooled on that yet.
To get that opportunity.
I've not been schooled on that. No way. I don't know anything about this.
Okay, so that first couple that come through, is almost pure black.
Oh God.
Actually, here's a question: have you ever changed a nappy before?
I haven't. No, never had to.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
go to test.
So I got my sister-in-law's here as well. She's gonna show us. I expect all you guys to be helping us.
You gotta throw him in the deep end and watch him swim.
Oh no. To be fair with you, you know what? We because I haven't changed any myself, but on Nim's side of the family, there's so many children. There's literally so many of them, and the family is so big. Like we've seen the kids pretty much grow from. I've kind of been with Nim through that whole generation coming along. So we have, even though we haven't changed any nappies, but we've kind of have been in that sort of environment. So we've got a gist of exactly what is to come. But yeah, nappy changing is something that I'm not looking forward to the most, to be fair.
Do you know what? Like, you say that, yeah, and I think it's one of these things that as men we just look at and we think, nah, I don't really want to do that, man. Like, do you want to do this time? But you know what? Like, once you get into that position and it comes around, like, especially when you're looking at your own child, you're
That's it.
like, look, I don't want you sitting there in like your own excrement. Do you know what I mean? So let me change you. And the quicker that you go in there with both hands, the easier it becomes, man. Like,
Yeah,
I think
you said, especially because it's your own.
yeah, that's it. And I think the
Comes
actual
naturally.
harder thing, rather than changing a nappy, is actually putting clothes on the baby.
That's,
Like,
I
putting the
struggle
top
now.
over the head and then coming up the arm is actually more difficult than changing a nappy.
Oh my god,
I
I
struggle
can
right
imagine.
now. Like today, I couldn't put Kaelin's tracksuit bottoms back on. I literally, I try and put him back on. He turns around and he's
On the
gone.
trackies.
He's
Oh,
gone.
right, yeah, but he's moving now, though, isn't
He's
it?
gone. He was gone off the mat and he's rolling around. I'm like, mate, come back. I
Oh,
need to
God.
change you, man. And he's like, nope. Let me go. Let
So
me go.
would you say that you're a natural now? Then are you?
Oh, easy, man. I can do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do a
Yeah.
challenge.
Oh, mate,
Priya,
that challenge.
watch your hands. Let him do it from now
do
onwards.
you know what it is? I
Thomas,
would
we're
do it.
gonna have to hold him to account on that one.
No, you know what it is, yeah. I would do it blindfolded, right? But like he would end up just peeing all over me or something in it. So it's just like, no, you just
That's
gotta be
the other
careful
thing,
with that.
yeah, because if you leave that thing open for too long, bro, you're getting sprayed, innit?
Yeah, I have to time it. So like, it's so funny how you gotta time it. Like you gotta
But
wait.
honestly, even my mum jokes. She's like, "Look at you, man. You're in there so quick." And I was like, "Listen, bro, this guy has got a timer. If you're not quick enough, it's
Yeah.
going off."
Yeah, it's gone. That's it. It's gone.
To be fair with you, funny you say that. Actually, we went shopping the weekend just gone, and I was thinking about buying myself a nice top. It's just as simple as thing like this, right? Like just buying myself a nice top, and then was like, "Are you sure you want to get that? Like, you think about it. You know, you're gonna have a little one peeing, pooing all over you. Like if you're like going out and about, and it just decides to wee all over your top. Are you sure you want to be getting this?" And I was like, "Nah, you know what? Put it back. Let's just stick to the standard black and white t-shirts."
Bro, what it is, yeah, it's so funny how you mention that, because there's nothing true that's been said, and it's something that we didn't even think of or appreciate beforehand. But the fact is, ever since he's been born, and okay, more so in the last month than the first month, but dude, this guy just froze up after most of his feeds, whether it's just a little bit or a lot. You can burp him, you can stand him upright for like 10-15 minutes on your shoulder, you can change his nappy and then put him up there. But this geezer will get you every single time. Do you know what I mean? So what she's saying, there's a whole lot of truth in it. And I would probably say within that first couple of months, especially more so when it's your turn to look after him, just make sure you're wearing something you don't mind that's going to get ruined, because likely within that time period, something's happened to that shirt.
Yeah, to be fair with you, you know what? Like I think you said it as well, and I'll say it again. I think because even though I've not got that feeling yet, you know, when you've got your own baby, I assume, you know, no matter what you own materialistically, it's fine. It's, you know, you're giving your all to look after the child. So I guess it doesn't make a difference whether it's a £10 or £1,000 shirt.
Bro, I tell you, all of these sales that have been going on in the last month, right? I've sat for about an hour looking for things that I might want, and then an hour looking for the stuff that I can buy for him. And the only thing that ever gets the basket is what can be bought for him.
I expect no different, man. It's I guess like you said, it'll probably come naturally, you know, as time comes in.
You don't even really mind, do you know what I mean?
You'll see all those little cute Air Maxes come out and little tracksuit, literally like tracksuit bottoms and all sorts. Like,
the thing is, we've started going to these baby areas in these shops that we went, and it's so expensive. The kid's gonna wear it like twice, and it's like 50 quid. Like what?
Yeah. You just don't get too enticed into it. A couple of things, fine, it's cool.
Yeah.
But don't get too. Otherwise, you're ending up spending so much money for them to
and
literally wear it once.
What you'll find is family members will generally buy you like the first month, 2-month clothing. Do you know what I mean? Like we were quite fortunate in the sense that a lot of people gifted us like clothing that was up to 1 month. The funny thing is that because he was premature, he was even smaller, so I had to go and get tiny babies. So I still did a little shop, but the fact is, Bar's right. They grow out of it so quick, and it's like we put him in one outfit last week, and it was only just about fitting him. And this week we put it on him again, and it's like a little bit tight. And you think, for God's sake, like I only got 2 wears out of this. He was sick in it within 20 minutes, so he's only worn it for like 20 minutes, and then the second time he's done it again.
Oh God.
That's
I'm looking forward to that part.
Buy plenty of muslins. That's the only information, best advice I can give you. Buy plenty of muslins, and they will save your shirts.
To be fair, we've actually got a list of things that we might need initially to get started, and then, I'm sure that list is going to keep expanding as time goes on.
The other thing is, like you said, you've got a lot of people in the family that have had children, or like within your immediate, right? So I'm sure you've got some of the hand-me-downs or the things that you can reuse from, like, that side of things.
Oh yeah,
100%. We were fortunate because my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, their youngest has just turned 1 a month before Jaden was born. So all of his first year's clothing kind of thing was there and available for us, which has been an absolute godsend. But, like, don't feel like you've got to go out and buy everything new. Like, there's so many different things that you can get secondhand, like these Chico Next to Me cribs. They're the ideal thing for the first kind of like 4 to 6 months. There's no point going out and buying a cot or a crib. Just get one of those things, because it's something that packs down very quickly. It will fit in the boot of your car if you need to travel with it. And realistically, you can buy them secondhand for about 50 quid.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we've discussed certain things that we don't really mind getting secondhand, or we don't mind, getting from Amazon even. But some things I think we've just said to ourselves, I would prefer getting it fresh, just
like the cot. I like the actual cot that we will get Jaden. Like I've said to Reshma, I'm not buying it secondhand. That's got to be like, first hand. We'll spend a decent money on it, and it can be something that will last for a good number of years. Like I found some Scandinavian design cot, and it will last between 8 and 10 years, going up through to that age, just depending on like the toddler's weight, child's weight. Do you know what I mean? But the fact is, it's like 550 quid, mattress inclusive, and the extension so that he can grow into it as he grows as well. But these Chico Next to Me cribs that are going to last you 6 months.
Oh, yeah, well,
am I really going to
pay
50 quid on that?
He's now like on 7 months, chance. And he's like literally headbutting the sides. He's ready to. He literally stood up on it today, and he's ready to like literally climb his own way out of it now. This ain't good.
Escape route.
I'm just literally waiting for his mattress to come now, for his actual big cot, and then he can sleep in that, because this is just too. It's too. He's outgrown it already. They say it lasts up to like a year, and I'm like,
I can't see that, man.
I'm like, I don't know which kid can be in here for a year, because like literally by 6 months he was already ready to climb out of it. He's cute. He's a curious kid. Like he will look and he'll be like, all right, the bed is right next to me here. I can make this. Like I can make this jump here. Like no, you don't need to make that jump. Just stay. Say that again.
Is that what he's trying to do now? Make that jump?
Yeah, he'll try and make his way out over to it. So we put him in like a ball pit last week, and threw like 130 balls in there, sat him inside, and the first thing he wanted to do was climb straight out of it. I'm like, wait, this is for you to play with these balls. He'll try them. They don't taste that nice. Okay, let me just try and climb out of here now, and that's it. He's got. He just wants.
That's good though. I guess it's probably a good thing, right? Is that he's really curious and he's able to.
Yeah, but it's not good when you want to just say sit down for 5 minutes. And just chill out for a minute. Like, I don't want to chase you around the whole house, like for the whole day. But it's good fun because it keeps you active. It's fun.
Yeah, I bet. So you cancelled your gym membership then, have you?
I cancelled it before he was born. COVID came in it. COVID.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually. I can't imagine you.
In terms of advice that I will give you though.
Oh yeah.
The baby seat, yeah. That first initial baby seat, they will grow out of, or the initial baby seats, they're only made to last for up to 6 to 9 months.
Okay.
And obviously, do you know what an ISOFIX system is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So
when I was buying the car, someone actually explained it to me. I'm like, does it look like I'm that old? Excuse the white hair. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, This is about 5 years ago as well, and I was still same grey as I am right now. The guy was like, "Yeah, for your children, you got 2 Isofix fittings in here."
Exactly that. I was the same. Like the Isofix doesn't mean nothing to me, bro. But literally, like the one thing that you'll see is that if you go and get like a baby seat brand new with the Isofix kit, you're looking at like 200, maybe 150, 200 quid just on that. And it's going to last you 6 months to 9 months, depending on the weight and size of the baby, right? What I will say is that there are so many people that are selling these things secondhand. They have next to like no use, especially someone that's going to be selling it by the time your child comes around, because we've all been in lockdown for the past year. So no one's going to really have had much usage in the car. But I'd wholeheartedly say, like, we went for a maxi cozy because the reviews and like everyone's raving about them and it works really well. We managed to pick up the Isofix base for like 15 to 30 quid secondhand.
Really?
And I think the actual chair we got for about 40 to 50 quid as well.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
That's cheap.
That's cheap, yeah, in comparison, right? And to think
we bought it brand new.
Yeah, I bet you feel sad now, don't you?
I was gonna say. So no, but like one of my cousins was saying, you should go on eBay, have a look. There are quite a few on there, but I don't know, man. I just had it in me, like, this first child, just get everything.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Have a second one. Look,
no, but you know what? Like your actual main seat and your buggy system and things like that, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, and to be fair, if Reshma didn't spend and choose the carry cot system buggy that she did, we probably would have bought it brand new. But we managed to find like a refurbished one, which saved us 300 quid, with all the accessories that were meant to come with it that we would have been charged in excess for as well.
Yeah.
So we got the full system. But the only thing actually saying that, we didn't pay 50 quid for that car seat because it was part of that £500 package. We only paid 30 quid for the Isofix.
Oh, perfect.
So we kind of made out there. That was quite fortunate. But yeah, like completely agree.
Isofix is one of those things where you can probably get away with secondhand.
Yeah.
Because it literally is a base that sits
like 9 months, or you've got to get that second seat in, which is going to last like the toddler years.
Yeah.
You're going to be spending like 200 to 300 quid at that point because you're getting a bigger seat with a different Isofix onto it.
Yeah. There are some that do one Isofix and then you just have to change the seat, but financially it works out the same if you're buying them brand new. So then,
but I think something for me anyway. I don't know about you guys, but do you feel okay, or do you feel comfortable buying a second hand from online? Would you not just get it from a family or friend instead?
do you feel like that? Or friend, then like
we're available always.
Utilize the option, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I've never. It's never crossed my mind to get anything like that from online. This is second hand, only because it's not like I wonder what's happened or why they're selling it. Such. It's just one of them things where I've just thought I don't want to do that, and I don't think Nim's the same.
I know what you're saying, but the fact is, bro, like they're in the same position as us. Do you know what I mean? Like the person that we bought it off, if they've had their kid 6 months prior to that, and then they've just upgraded their buggy, and in that whole period of time we've been in lockdown, that baby seat's seen next to no use.
No use, yeah, I agree, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't I? Like all I'm doing is supporting another parent who is trying to get money to get the next level up, or like the next thing for their child. At the same time, getting a massive saving on something that I'm going to use for a short period of time. Why not explore the option? Like, don't get me wrong. There are a number of things that we all agree that we wouldn't go and get secondhand. But the fact is, a Moses basket, which can cost you like 100, 150 quid or 25 to 50 quid, which one are you going to go and buy? When don't get me wrong, for the first 6 months, they'll spend a lot of time in the Moses basket, perhaps. But the fact is, like, does that mean you need to spend 150 quid on it?
We didn't even get Moses, but we got a sleepyhead instead. And that was like the best investment in the world.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, for a period of time until he literally was like, no,
I
don't want to sleep in here. He said, I don't want to sleep in here either. I'd rather you.
But I guess I see what you mean though, because if it's not a very long period of time, I can imagine it's probably makes sense not to go crazy.
No, because like,
but you can.
Yeah, you can. It's so easy to spend loads and loads of money, and before you know it, you spent like 4 or 5 grand, and you're only in month 1, and you think, Jesus Christ, like this kid stuff's expensive. But the fact is, it doesn't have to be. If you're smart about it and you shop around, you'll find something that is as comparable to anything else that you're going to go and find on the market or that you would have wanted to buy. And it's going to be a lot lighter on your pocket, which means that you've got more disposable income for the things that you haven't accounted for yet.
Yeah, 100%. It makes sense. Yeah, definitely one on our list to investigate and look into.
Definitely, man. I'm sure Tim will be there scouring the internet, like trying to find some of these deals anyway, right?
Yeah. We were quite lucky actually with Black Friday when it came in. We kind of went in and bought a few things that we thought quite gone down in price. And so I was speaking to a couple of friends and that have gone through the same stage as us. They said kind of not to buy anything, not to buy too much until month 7 or 8, but certain things we thought just pick it up. Why not? Just in case.
Have you got to redecorate before the baby arrives?
Yeah, we're actually looking to. We're going to be moving into a new home fairly soon. So hoping that it will, in the next couple of months, we find the right one and we move into it. So yeah,
going to be. With that, then. Well, actually, I've just lost my train of thought. Bath, quick, we've got 5 minutes left. Baby brain is real.
Were you saying something or you just forgot altogether?
I was going to say something and then I lost my train of thought.
So you're going to look for something to move out somewhere and then maybe decorate the room.
Yes.
Him or her.
Yes. I remember where I was going with this now. Are you looking at home automations?
What is that?
Just like Amazon.
You mean making it kid friendly?
Not just kid friendly, but easy for your wife. Like telling Alexa to turn on a light or this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that kind of stuff is quite handy. But I don't know. I've not looked too much into it, to be fair with you.
Dude, once you start, you won't be able to stop, man. Home automation is like addictive. I've literally I've done mirror lights in our room, which is connected. Television's connected. The LEDs are connected. What haven't I connected?
So everything runs off Alexa?
Bro, everything.
That's
the only
scary,
thing that doesn't run off Alexa right now in our room is the main lights. And that's because it will cost 140 quid and I can spend that on Jaden.
yeah, I was going to say.
So yeah, it must cost quite a lot to automate everything, but
it's really
handy to have.
But it's so handy because the fact is, if she's feeding or something like that, all she's got to do is say, Alexa, turn on the lamp, or Alexa, turn this on. Do you know what I mean? Like, Alexa, play this. Dude, it's done. I can carry on with Monday.
I guess if you've got your hands full, it's difficult to probably do certain things. So,
well, what you're going to find difficult is when your baby arrives and you're both working from home is to be able to discipline yourself to do some work.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard.
It's difficult.
Very difficult.
Like, even for me right now, all I want to do is just every 15, 20 minutes, if I hear a noise, bro, I want to get out of that door and go and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to miss what's happening, right? You don't want to miss the opportunity.
And because you're there at home, you want to try and make more of that opportunity than anyone else would anyway, right? Like, think about this in the future. How many chances do you think if we go back to a working environment where we go and work in an office, that as a bloke, you're going to get this opportunity to spend that first couple of months with your child?
I just don't think. I mean, I've spoken to many people myself, and they kind of regret not being able to be there. And some people from my work, they're like, they love being at home right now, and they want to change a contract because their child is now 3, 4, 5 years of age, and they've kind of missed out on the earlier years because they thought working and earning that money was more important than being at home, and they did that, and it's not a bad thing. But I guess now they realize the beauty of being at home and being able to do as you said. I think, I'm really hoping that it does, it does continue a little bit.
I'll be honest, I don't see us going back to work anytime soon. Like, I don't think the world is ready for us to be back in the office full time.
What the world wants to know, Bob, is what you do for a living.
Bro, I keep telling you this, man.
He's a maid.
Everyone out there can tell us what Bob actually does for work. We are all waiting here listening.
Soon, someone will drop the comments soon, but maybe we'll save it for us like an exclusive on a show. But we have to get. We'll have to have a once we get to 10,000 likes.
Nah, I'm saying that, bro. we're at 270, 269 at the moment,
Well, we've
and
got a
you've got
week to
less
go.
than 10 days to get to your 500.
500.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
If anyone's watching, they need to like, share, subscribe, get their
And
friends and
follow.
families to like the page, comment on it. We need to get to 500 likes in 8 days.
If we do get to 500 likes, what are you gonna do?
We're doing a
He's
giveaway.
gonna buy me. He's gonna buy me a
No.
new cot.
We're doing a giveaway. We can't
Oh, hey.
reveal what it is, but there is a few things that are going to be given away. But we need to hit 500 likes by Christmas. So get the word out there, get everyone liking and sharing, and potentially if we get there by next week's show, we'll reveal on there what we are letting loose.
Right, all right.
But before we do leave, I did get another message from Nim. Well, because she can't type on here. And she was giving kudos to you for cooking all her meals for the last 4 months.
Oh,
So
No way.
Yeah. All 3 meals.
every day, 3 meals, cleaning up, doing the washing, everything. She's had it so good.
What's your problem, bro?
Huh?
All the rest of us, bro. Now we're gonna.
Are you gonna get in trouble?
Yeah, of course I am, bro.
But saying that, to be fair, I don't know about your partners, and I don't know how bad they must have had it. But Nim was quite bad. You know, she couldn't leave the bed, and I just seen her like in that state. I couldn't help it. I just had to step in. Oh yeah,
You'll never know now whether she was playing it up because she knows you're a decent cook or not.
I don't know if he is a decent cook. The only thing I've had from him is beans on toast at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's as far as it got.
Sorry, I'll invite you over for a chili paneer, man. Don't worry.
Please, man, please.
All right then,
But
lads.
before we go, D, is there anything you want to add or ask or?
No, I think I'll just say kudos to you guys, you know, for doing this podcast. I think it's great for someone like that's quite early stage, and you know, learning from the nurse that was on as well last week, and you know, just people that have been on the show have really, you know, helped increase my knowledge on the subject and help me on our journey to continue, you know. But yeah, thanks a lot for having me on the show, guys, and the questions and the answers that you get
back before you're due anyway, just to see how you're getting along.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it'll be different.
See how many grays are left. How many grays you got at that point.
Or even if there's any hair left, let's put it that way.
But look, in the meantime, if you do have any questions, obviously, look, shout us anytime.
Perfect.
If you need, just let us know, bro.
Most definitely.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Cheers.
500 likes in the next 7 days. Please like, share, comment. Subscribe.
We need all the Desais to start following.
Yeah, get your whole family on it.
The Desais, the Simbas.
Asta, I know you're watching, and I know you've got quite a few friends on Facebook. Yeah, get the word out there, get it shared, and yeah, let's see if we get to 500 by next week.
And there is more to come. Like, one thing we haven't really talked about, Bav, is we're looking at merchandise as well. Do you know what I mean? So like lad and dad kind of matching t-shirts. We're not just looking to cater for like the blokes either. We're looking to start catering for the females. So if you want a top for you and your child, whether they're boy or girl, it's something that we're looking to entertain, and it's something coming in the new year. So that's something to watch out for. And hopefully over the next 2 weeks, while I'm not working on my day job, I can start working on my side hustle. But that being said, like, guys, really appreciate your time. It's been an awesome conversation. I look forward to having you back on the show again in the future. Bav, anything left from you, mate?
No, thank you guys for watching. Jay, thank you very much again. D, thank you. And we'll see you guys next week.
Cheers, guys.
Great stuff.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Right. See you guys soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.